The NBA season is back, and so are Stephen A. Smith's terrible KD narratives.
How much belief do you have in the Suns with Kevin Durant as their guy, as their superstar?
Not much. Not much. But let me explain why. I don't question the greatness nor the commitment of Kevin Durant. But when you talk about Kevin Durant, this is what we're not going to do. We're not going to look at Kevin Durant and just measure him in terms of just his talent. It's what ability you have to peel out of others. He's been relatively leaderless. He's been very lacking in inspiration in terms of peeling out from those around him whatever you can give him. Kevin Durant's going to show up, and he's going to ball out. But does he get the others around him to do it? Not only does he not do it, he doesn't feel the level of responsibility I think he should feel in getting it out of them. It's like I did my job. I can't help it if somebody else isn't doing their job. Well, to some degree you can. When you're that great and you warrant that much respect and that much deference and reverence, you should be able to be a better leader than he has shown.
Sure, you could trust the guy who lives in LA and never comes out to Phoenix, or you could trust the guys who are in that building with Kevin Durant every single day.
He's one of the greatest to ever do it. You know, he's more vocal than people say he is, but he also leads by example every day. You know, he's the loudest one in practice. He's first in every drill, and you know, the pace of his individual workouts is second to none.
Every single rep he takes, it's 100%.
The way he competes on both ends as a guy who's you're relying on for 30 points is very impressive. And so his leadership in practice is very consistent with what I already thought.
There's so many things that are just, you know, so impressive about Kevin, but to see what he's doing out here in training camp, I think leading with his effort, leading with his competitiveness. You know, he doesn't take drills off. He's the first one in line. You know, it's kind of the stuff you want from your best player.
He's still looking for ways to get better. He's still pushing himself to get better. How do you not do the same when, you know, he's an all-time great, one of the best scorers we've ever seen, and he's still trying to improve, and he's still busting his tail each and every day. So it does nothing but, you know, motivate everyone else, and it's contagious because if he's not satisfied with where he's at, how can anybody else be?
I do feel like when guys watch him work, I think it's something that it inspires people to get after it in their own workouts, because you're not going to find anybody that goes as hard as Kevin.
Nobody knows how hard he works. Nobody knows what he does before and after practice, especially after practice.
And I think the work ethic is something I had not seen close up, how hard he goes in his individual workouts. And, you know, the more you learn about him, you know, you learn that this is just the way he's been.
When he's doing his individual stuff, it's amazing to watch. And I think from that standpoint, it's capable of elevating even a competitive gym.
KD is a big time tone setter with how hard he goes in all his individual work, all his practices. It's really, really impressive.
When we were with USA, we'd gather practice, and then he'd go over in a bucket with one of the coaches. He might go for another 25 to 35 minutes, hard, with every one of his moves in the book. I mean hard, from inside the bucket to the post to three-point line, coming off this movement and that movement. We were just all in amazement just watching it.
He's got a high care factor. You know, that's the number one thing. You know, when we're not defending at a high enough level, he's our most vocal guy, and you know, he challenges others.
I'm sure everyone saw that clip like last year of me and him with the iPad, but like he would just always like be like, do this better, or do this better, or like he just tries to critique everything I do. And even in the workouts, he'll be like, yo, you should do this, because like and then like he'll explain why you should be able to do this. And then like I just see him do it in the games, and I'm like, all right, it works. So I mean, everything he's saying is definitely working out for him.
We have multiple leaders on this team that lead in different ways. You know, and I think the term leadership, you know, goes off if you're successful or not. And there's many ways to do it.
I'm more concerned about what we do every day as a team, the stuff that you guys don't see. I think that's what really brings championships, and puts us in a position to win a championship is the work that we put in every day. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
He's definitely more of a lead by example guy, but he represents the right things, and he'll communicate things that can are out of place, or can we do certain things that may be better for our group.
A lot of people question my leadership as an individual because I'm a naturally quiet guy in front of people I don't know, you know what I'm saying, or not comfortable with. And then you come in here and then you kind of see what the dynamic is of a team, where it's not a lot of talking all the time from the players. It's more so guys putting in work, listening to the coaches. You got input here and there, but the coach is the one that's with the main voice.
You can lead many different ways. Kay's a more quiet guy vocally, but at the same time he does speak, when necessary, but he leads by example each and every day.
I try to tell people this my whole life, your whole career, that talk is cheap, but I mean that's what people look at as leadership, is when you're vocal and when they can see them emotions on your sleeve, but it's all about your movements and your intent and what you're doing out there. And I think for the most part, it's about showing up and working hard. You can say all you want, but if you don't come to work, then what does it matter, So I'm glad Buzz said that. That's always been what I stand on and how I approach this thing. And, it's going to be times when you need to speak up, but more times than not, you're going to have to show it with your actions in this league. You can't talk your way out of shit here.
We all silly like the mayor.